people can see the votes, who voted, etc. Alright, and before we begin, a quick reminder that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because what happens is the more you subscribe, the more the algorithm sends out the video to more viewers, and those viewers can join and post requests, which I can then share with the rest of you, or they can post some tips and tricks, which I'll share with all of you. So I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's get on to the show. So before I have to change the intro, sorry about that. I forgot today because today was snowing. It's still snowing, and now it's like a wet snow. It took me several hours outside to take care of it. But I finally finished, and as soon as I finished, I only had time to grab something to eat, and then we can start the show. So, build a PHP voting form fast. So let's see how fast we can do it. Let's get started. Alright, so as I said, this is the back end from the tutorial that was yesterday, where we actually did the front end. So the focus today will be on, I'll do a quick overview in case you didn't watch yesterday's tutorial. You should watch that. That's just the front end. And I'll show you the limitations of trying to store front end and client side. Obviously, it's for each individual or the visitor of the website. Other people won't be able to see how they voted. So this is why we need to the back end, so we can store and then display all the results to everybody. And also you can also control, for example, you can control how many times people vote. It's much more easier that way when you have the back end as well. Okay, so here it says build a PHP backend for HTML voting form with MariaDB. MariaDB with the database use. You can follow along if you have MySQL. It's a drop-in replacement for this particular tutorial. So we're going to use the fetch API, so we can send form submissions to the server and store votes in the database. That makes it possible to save and retrieve votes across different users and devices. So I have the code snippet here for the to create the MySQL database table. That's where we store the votes. I'll show you that. You can expand if you're impatient. Expand and take a look at it. There's also there's some front end updates. So basically, we need to add the JavaScript in order to for the fetch API. And then the HTML, obviously, the HTML changes just a little bit, but you can decide if you need that part or not. And then we have the, obviously I also put the HTML code there as well, so that you can I'm saying that in this, some of you might not have seen yesterday's tutorial, so this might be your first time, so it's there as well. And then obviously the PHP code for the backend. And as you can see here, so I have some screenshots. This is basically the SQL. I'm not gonna go into this right now because we're gonna actually go through it when we actually do the coding part. And yeah, so you can quickly take a look at it. I'm gonna use PHPMyAdmin because it's just an easy graphical way to see what's happened and how things are saved, and it will speed up the tutorial as well. And of course, we're live. If I press this, I'm not gonna go into this. You see, it's we're live right now. Okay, so I'm just going to go down here and I'll stop right there. Perfect. Before I continue, I'm just going to check to make sure I'm live streaming right now on YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. I'm going to make sure they're all working fine. I'm going to assume they're all working fine. Okay, this one says it hasn't started yet. Let me just refresh BitChute, make sure it's okay. Okay, hit play. Okay, it's spinning. I'm guessing it's okay. And this one as well. Okay, I'm just gonna refresh Rumble. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, I'm guessing it's okay. Oops, there we go. And same thing with Odyssey. I don't know what's wrong with Odyssey. I can never just refresh the page for it. Oh, this time I can. It says there's trouble starting your stream. Hit play. Okay, it's working as well. Okay, that's good. Okay, it's working. Obviously, YouTube is working. I haven't gotten any YouTube live chats in. It's been a while. I'm hoping you guys are able. The live chat is open. It's kind of weird that nobody's posting anything in the live chat in YouTube. I was having some issues with the live chat. Hopefully it's not now. They didn't move the issues to the front end. But yeah, it's open. It's not on my end. It is open. At least that's what I see here. All right, so let's get started here. I have no text editor open here. So I just renamed basically the voting -form.html to index.html, so we don't need this one. This was from yesterday. So grab this one, and this one. Paste them here. Now I'll go over this. So very quickly, I mean, this is the same thing as yesterday, but I'll just go over it quickly. So the doc type, HTML, in the head section, there's a viewport set to the device width. So this way you don't have to zoom in, especially on a mobile phone in vertical. Titles, voting form, styling. Styling is subjective. You style it any way you want. So I'm not gonna spend too much. I'm just gonna zip right through that. You style it any way you want. And you see here I styled the range, the color, and the date inputs for the form, the buttons as well, and the button have a state. That means mouse over. And now here we get to the point. You see there's a div class vote container. There's an h2 tag heading. It says HTML5 voting form with PHP backend. Then the form itself, there's an ID of voting form. There's an H3 in there, another heading. It says choose your favorite option. You see you can choose option A, option B, or option C. They're all radio buttons. And then below that it says select additional preferences. So these are check boxes. So for example, you have speed, design, usability. Then pick a category. That's a select drop down. You see technology, education, entertainment, and sports. Then it says rate your experience. That's a type range. You see that the minimum is 1, max is 10, and the name is rating. And then we have pick a color. We'll use the color. This will be color, depending on the web browser. They might even have a color picker as well. And then choose a date. Use the date attribute, or the type is date. So this one will be use the built-in web browser again, the date picker. And then the name, just a simple text here. And then this submit button. And then after that, we have a div called class with the vote results. And inside right now, there's an H3, it says vote submitted, and an unordered list, it says results list. And now just the results from whatever the previous results or the saved results will be displayed right here. And then here, there's a paragraph, it says vote note. This demo sends votes to the PHP backend and stores them in the MariaDB. So that you can consider that like a fine print, if you will, just a footer. Okay, and then here, this is the JavaScript. We grab the form, we grab, and then we grab this, the output for the results list. Then what we do is submit the form. We create a new form data form, and then we just submit, send it to voting-form.php, this file right here. So obviously you're going to need a server that can handle so PHP with the PHP backend to handle the posted data. Obviously, you can use something else. You can do like Node.js, Python, C, Rust, etc. I've done tutorials on that in the past. So you see the method is post, the body is form data. Then we expect the response to be JSON. Then if we get success, then we say results list inner HTML. Then we say vote submitted successfully, and then the results, error, it will say error submitted vote. If there's another error, it will just say error submitting vote as well. So that's it. Now, so what it will also do is it will also grab whatever is in the database and it output here as well. So if there was previous results, it will also output them so people will be able to see them. So I just made it short. I didn't want to make it too complicated. Like sometimes there's one when the form is first submitted, etc., etc. So let's look at the PHP code here. So I'm using the normal localhost, obviously, and I'm using the generative AI database because that's the testing. So these are just the credentials, the database name, the user. I always tell you guys to always have a specific user for the database, just in case if that user gets compromised, it doesn't affect, for example, but I see a lot of people using the root user. Yeah, that's very, very dangerous. You should have a specific user for the database. So this is the for best practices, and as you can see right here, I'm using the PHP data object, that's PDO or PDO, and this is how you connect to it. You see, even though I'm using MariaDB, it still uses MySQL. I said, remember, it's a drop-in replacement for this particular tutorial. and then the attribute for the error modes, and then remember we want to JSON encode everything. So you see it will be success, it will say false if there's a problem, database connection failed, and we exit. Will this be saved on your channel? I don't know. Okay. Oh, I finally got a chat from YouTube. Thank you. This is from Samuel Asare. I hope I got Ado 1090. He says, will this be saved on your channel? I don't know what you mean saved on the channel. It's well, it's a live stream. Yes. So the live stream will be live. It will be there. You can watch it once the live stream is done. So yeah, it will be available. If you want the code is on the website. The link is also in the description. If you just want to grab the code, it's all there. So to answer your question, yes, it will be saved on the channel. All the channels, not just YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey as well. I'm multi-streaming at the same time. Yes. So, and then we retrieve the data from the post. So we get the choice, extra, category, rating, color, date, and the username. You can see we're using the tertiary if else, meaning that if it's set this, we grab it, otherwise it will make it empty or make them null. And then we use prepared statements. This prevents SQL injection. If you don't know what SQL injection is some people just take data that was posted by users and put it right into the database. That's very dangerous, because people can do some escape strings and things like that, and then you could actually like destroy your database or put some content there you don't want. So this is why you should use prepared statements. If the short or layman's terms for prepared statements is that what prepared statements do is it will take the code and put it safely into the database. So this way it can be escaped. It prevents it. There are ways you can still do that, but it prevents it from being able to escape it. So that it's a much better system than simply just putting stuff into the database with double quotes or single quotes, because those can be easily escaped. So for example, we insert into votes, the choice, extra, all those variables, the username and the values. So you can see I'm using these are placeholders, choice, extra, category, all these are placeholders. I could have used question marks as well, but this time I just used the colon and the name there. And then after that, we'll execute. You see the values will be this. So the meaning that this will prevent it from escaping and putting weird stuff into the database or deleting the database. So this makes it very unlikely to be escaped. So that's a safe way to put stuff into the database. Okay, and then after that we encode the success true, and then that's it. If there's a problem, we just say success false and database insert failed. So that's it. That is it right there. Very, very simple. So this saves into the database. Now let's go. Obviously you can also use this to select. You guys have seen I've done so many different options where you could also select the data from the database using obviously a prepared statements, but this is a very simple one. I wanted to keep this tutorial as simple as possible just to show you how to save the data into the database. That's what this tutorial is. If you guys want me tonight, I can I can do maybe a nice stream and show you how to do it, but I'm saying I've done so many tutorials. They're pretty much the same way for PHP. Alright, so that's it. Now let's actually, this one here, this is the SQL statement. So it's create table, votes, the ID, integer, it auto increments, also going to be the primary key, and the choice, extra, category, color, and the username, they're all going to be varchars. I could have done text, and you see I put the size of the columns there. And then the ID is an integer, rating is an integer, and then vote date, that's obviously a date type, and the created at, it's timestamp. We use default timestamp. This way we can tell when the vote was actually created if you want to put the time there. Yeah, so this is a built-in into MySQL or MariaDB. It will automatically put the time. You see default will be current timestamp. There we go. So that's it. Let's close these. We don't need this anymore. The text editor. Go to the command line. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start up MariaDB. So start MariaDB, and I'm going to start Apache Apache server. This is only for PHP MyAdmin. Okay, the other thing I'm gonna start the PHP server here as well. This is 0.0.0.0, and the column I'll use 8000. So the reason I'm using 0000 is because with 0000 I can use localhost, I can use 127.0.0.1, I can use the IP address of this workstation. So that'll allow me to, anywhere on the network, for example on the phone, laptop, I'll be able to connect to this server as well on port 8000. Alright, so that's it. So this allows me, basically right now I have two web servers running at the same time. This is Apache one, which uses port 80 by default, 80 and 443 for HTTPS, and this one for this PHP application. So this, it says it's a development server. It's not meant to be on production use, but for testing like we're doing right now, it's perfect for that. All right, now let's take a look at, I probably need to have this open, so let me open this up again with a text editor. Might have messed that up. Where's the non-text editor? I don't know, I can't find it. Is it under T for text? Oh, text editor. Jeez, the names are so weird. Okay. Where can I open it? Hello? Okay. Okay, I think that's a bug. Okay, so I still need this because I need to copy this. So let me just copy that. I think that should be okay. There we go. Now I need PHP MyAdmin. So let's log into PHP MyAdmin. It's localhost /PHP MyAdmin. There we go. Okay, so you see we have this generative AI database. You see there's already votes in here. So I'm going to delete this votes table here, and I'll create a new one because that's what I promised to do. So there's no tables. And what you do is you simply, let's actually get rid of this so you can see what's going on. So we go to SQL and just paste the SQL in here. You can also do it manually, but then I just hit go. And then if I go here, I can click the votes table. Let's look at the structure. So you can see the ID, integer, is its primary key here. The choice voucher is, you guys already saw this from the text editor when I open up. It's in the timestamp, current timestamp. So that's what it looks like in PHP MyAdmin. Obviously, if I click the table, there's no results right now because we haven't done anything yet. So we need to actually go to our application. So if you remember, we can also use localhost. I'll use localhost again, and I just go colon 8000. So because I made it index.html, it's smart enough to open up by default, so I don't need to do anything else. And as you can see here, the bottom it says the demo sends the votes to a PHP backend and stores them in a MariaDB, obviously database. All right, so pick one of these options. I'm going to pick option C. I'm going to use usability. Here I'm going to use, I don't know, text entertainment. I'm going to rate it somewhere like right there. Pick a color. I showed you guys this before, so you can pick whatever color you want. As I said, it's different depending on the browser. You remember the one from the one we did yesterday, which was using the LibreOffice, which is based on Firefox. It's different. Yeah, they're all different. You see, you can pick RGB, you can pick HSL, and you can also pick hex codes. That's all up to you. So that's the color. And then the date, here's the date picker. This is all in the browser. You guys saw there was nothing fancy, so I'll use today's date. You can also format this so that it's an ISO standard, meaning it will be like, for example, the 2025-12-10, meaning year, 4 characters, and then a 2-character hyphen, then 2 characters for the month, and then 2 characters for the day. Okay, here my name, I'll just put Edward Jumbo. There we go. Hit submit vote, and you can see it says vote has been submitted successfully. All right, so let's verify that the vote has been submitted successfully. So we go here and into our database. If we just hit refresh, you see, yes, we do have one. You see, this is the one that I chose. You can see the color was as a hex code, and the vote date. Oh, the date didn't come in here for some reason. I probably have to check. I don't know what happened there. It was now. Huh, the date is here. I don't know what happened there. That's let me check the code. That's definitely gonna be a bug. Interesting. Let's take a look at that code. Something must be weird with the code. Why didn't it save the date? Vote date, or set, oh, set it to now. So maybe the name is wrong here, because it's supposed to be vote date. There we go. I think the name is wrong. Let's check it out. Let's see what we did here. Yeah, see this one, it's supposed to be, it says date. This should actually be vote date. So let's look at the code. Oh yeah. See, it says vote date. So that's the mistake there. So we need to fix that. So yeah. So we can let's fix that. So that one should be this guy here. The name should be vote date. Vote underscore date. That should fix that. Let's go back here, refresh, and I'll pick B this time. Design, techno, I'll pick education. I'll pick a little less here. The color, I'll pick this color. See, RGB. And the date, we'll pick today's date as well. And I'll just say Edward. Hit submit. Okay, let's go back in here and we can refresh. The date is still, I don't know why the date is still messed up there. The type is date. Oh, maybe it's this guy here. It says get date. Oh, here we go. I forgot to do this one. This should be vote date. There we go. Form data. Okay, there we go. That's why it's not working. Let's one more time. Okay, so this time I'll pick A, speed, sports, color. We'll pick a yellow color. Let's pick a yellow color. This one I'll do even less. And the date. Still pick today's date. Edward. Okay. Sometimes the JavaScript gets cached, so you might have to do it a few little times. Hopefully this works this time. Let's refresh. No, it's still not picking up the date. What is going on here? Let's inspect. Maybe something is wrong here. Tell us what went wrong. Go to the console. I'm not sure why that's not working. Oh, yeah, this is wrong. This should actually be date. Okay, so this should actually be date. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it as date because I am introducing some weird stuff that it doesn't make sense. Okay, so I'll leave this as date. I'll change the form to be date instead. So vote date. Okay, I'm just gonna change it here. I might have to stop this guy. Sometimes you do need to stop it. Hopefully I don't. And let's do a refresh. And let's go to C. Let's pick some random stuff here. Let's pick a white color this time. The date gonna work? Okay. No, I don't know why the date's not working. That is weird. I don't know why the date's not working. It's clearly there. Unless you guys see something which I'm not seeing. So, oh, vote date. What is wrong with me? Jeez. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be stubborn. I'm gonna be stubborn. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. I think I should be able to just submit this again. Let me pick a different color. I should be able to submit this. I'll pick red this time. So let's hit submit. And hit refresh. There we go. Finally, the date shows up. It was the naming. It was just the name. It was just the name. So the date finally showed up here. There we go. So the date does show up. Yeah. So there we go. Just make sure the name is the same everywhere. So it finally did show up here, as you can see, and it saves the color as a hex code, which is what it gets, and that's the easiest thing to use. Obviously, you can convert them. I did create a converter for rows HSL, RGB, and the CMKY as well. One of the viewers requested for that, and I did that. Yeah, so there we go. Neat. Obviously, you can also pull these results and show them. You can simply create a function to pull all these results and show them there, and then you can do. You can also do an average rating and etc. etc. You can do all of that. So let me see, what time is it? Okay, I don't want this to take too long, but yeah, you can do. For example, here, so it says select all from vote. So if I want to see the average vote, you see there's some 10s here. There's a 2, there's a 4, and 9. So what you can do is you can simply. I'll just show you in PHP Miami very quickly. So if you go in here, I'll do edit inline. So I can say the rating. I'll just do the rating. So you can say select average. You see LVG, and then its rating. You see, so that's the average rating. It's going to take the total average there. So if I click go, you see the average is 7.000, right? So that's one way you can. So you can also do a sum of how many you have. So for example, I can say sum. If you want the total votes, you can also say sum as total. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because you can't sum the ratings. That doesn't make any sense. But if I want to see how many I have, I can just say count as total underscore votes. You see, there's 5, right? So there's 5. Do not rely on don't rely on the ID, because sometimes the increment might be. For example, if this was got deleted, I would not count on that one. I would basically do a count. You can count the ID if you want, and then we'll count how many are there. So as you saw, there's 5. So out of 5, the average was 7. So those are the type of things you can pull in, and then you can show. You can grab it from the database and output that as well, and you can also output the person, the username, how they voted, etc., etc. You can also count how many were there, out of 10, or the ones how many 9s, 10. You can do all those things. So I just want to. This was just a simple tutorial just to show you how how to save the data. Once you have the data, then you can manipulate it any way you want. Okay, so that's basically the tutorial right there. I just wanted to show you that, yeah, so the date, that was my fault. I was using different names, but yeah, that's how you you save it into a database. Now, when you have it in database, I said you can make statistics and etc. because you have it for all the voters, not just one. Okay, and in case you're wondering, you say, oh, this is still problematic because anybody can vote or vote. Like, for example, I can simply just refresh a page and just keep on sending. Yes, so I'm saying is obviously this, you can improve on it, obviously. For example, make people log in, or you can keep track by, by the name. The ways I'm saying all votes can be, circumvented regardless. If you allow, that's why I said never trust user input, because people can easily change it, they can be a little bit malicious, sometimes unintentional. For example, if they get hacked, a bad actor, bad faith actor could be actually doing that. So that's it. So that's the tutorial here. So let's finish this up. For further learning in PHP, check out my book. It's called Learning PHP. It's available on Amazon. And there's also a related Learning PHP course on ojamboshop.com. The link is also in the description, also for the book. And I also offer private programming tutorials or help updating or migrating PHP applications. You can contact me at ojambo.com/contact or ojamboservices.com/contact. The link is also in the description. And so, final thoughts: adding a PHP backend with MariaDB and using the Fetch API makes your HTML voting form fully functional across users and devices. This beginner-friendly approach teaches you how to combine front-end and back-end development in a real project. Okay, so that's it. I want to remind you that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because what happens, the more you subscribe, the more the content gets pushed out to more viewers, and those viewers can then join and share some information, tips and tricks, or even if they request something, I can then make a video, or I can answer it and share the knowledge with the rest of you. Okay, so I also have some other resources. Don't worry, I'll go through this very quickly. So I live in a rural area, and there's no internet, and the cellular service is very sporadic. So I do use a SpaceX Starlink residential service. If you're thinking of getting this, please use my referral link. What will happen is I'll get 1 month free, and you'll get a massive discount. For example, right now in Canada, you get the equipment for free, and that's a massive savings. So no matter your geographical location, you will get a significant discount. So do use my referral link. I also have an affiliate link for this space heater. It's called the Honeywell HeatBud Personal Ceramic Heater. It's available on Amazon. It has 2 settings, low and high, and also has a protection, meaning that if it tips over, it triggers this, and then it will turn off. Low uses 170 watts, high uses 250 watts. So this little guy saves me a lot of money. I'm talking like significant savings. For example, my first year here, about 2.5 years ago or so, I was paying $350 a month in propane cost to heat this entire cabin, and that's obviously very expensive. And it was a mild winter. Last winter was very harsh, and during the coldest month, I paid $250, and that's because I started a little bit late, about midway in February, and I was using this guy on low, and I paid $250. So that's not just $100 savings, because the carbon tax also went up, so it's probably more like 140, 150 bucks. So that's pretty good. And this year is even better because the cold weather started actually in mid-October. So I switched on the heater on November 1st, and I set it to 15 degrees Celsius permanently. So when I'm feeling a little chilly or something, I just turn this guy on. I'm gonna turn it on right now, just on low. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So that's I turn on. I turn on maybe 2 times an hour or so. So what happens is I've done the calculations, and if I left it on high for like almost a whole hour, I would probably pay maybe up to $5 a month extra in electrical costs. But I leave it on low, and it's probably around $2 to $3 extra per month. That's way cheaper than paying hundreds of dollars per month in propane costs. Also, for example, it snowed every other day in November. This November and this past November, and I paid, my propane costs were $137. That includes the carbon tax and the taxes and everything. So that's a significant savings, right? So this will definitely help me. So if you're thinking of picking one up, use my affiliate link. I'll get a commission on the sale, and it's no extra cost to you. And I also have some other resources. I have this, it's a psychological thriller. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. It's made by me, you see there, Eduardo Jambo. It's about a scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, so he has to regain control of his mind. And the AI system, this is the back here. This is a novelette. As you can see, those are the pages. There's also an ebook version. I made this as affordable as possible. Basically, it's at cost. The majority of the cost goes to printing and shipping for this paperback version, and for the ebook version, it's for storage costs. So pick it up if you have the means on Amazon. And finally, I also have a guide for you. It's called The Recession Business Blueprint. This is a book I created, I think it's just over a week. I mean, it was published just over a week ago. So I finally promoted it, I think 2 days ago. I started promoting it, is what I mean. It will help you start a business during the recession. It's a guide. It tells you how to start the business, where you can get some funds. Obviously, you're not going to get the same funds as during the good times. Right now we're in a recession. And why do I think we're in a recession? We've been in a recession since 2019, and I'll explain to you why. A lot of people are getting laid off. The stock market hasn't gone up. I mean, some people do well, obviously, but I'm saying the majority of people are not. A lot of people getting laid off, I said before. Grocery prices are up, right? It doesn't make any sense. And especially young people don't think they have a good future, or they can't see the future in the traditional industries. That's a recession. Okay, and so you can start your own business. I started my business in 2009. So, and now I'm not going to use all the, what I'm saying is that some of the things that were available to me in 2009 are no longer available. So that's why I had to do some research to make sure that when I release this book in 2025, late 2025, the concepts that still work, they're timeless. Obviously, they're there. For example, like networking. Networking is timeless. You need to network. So I teach you how to network. Now, when in 2009, when I was networking, you were still expected to meet people in person. Shake your hands. Either I go to them or they come to see me. So these days, because of the pandemic, that's probably the only good thing that came out of the pandemic, is that people are more open to meeting virtually. So meaning that you no longer have to meet people in person. You can meet them, whether it's a Google Meet or Skype used to be popular. I guess that's actually defunct right now. But you get my point. Whether it's Telegram, whatever, you can meet virtually. So I show you how, for example, some of those things I said which are timeless is networking is how to approach people, right? So whether it's in person, over the phone, over text messages, over fax, or email, or just simply, for example, comment sections. I show you how you can approach people, how to start the conversation. Now, it's also good if somebody introduces you, but if they don't, you have to take the initiative. So I show you all those tips and tricks as well, and I also show you how to budget. I have tables, so I created this blueprint in a table format. So meaning that if you want to read, you can read. If you want to see visually, you can simply follow the table. So you're covered either way. So the tables make it pretty easy, or you can simply read the text, use the text to reinforce what the table shows. So right now, it's available right now on Amazon worldwide. It's called The Recession Business Blueprint. There's also an ebook version and obviously a paperback version. Now, for all my books, you can get the ebook version for free if you have Kindle Unlimited. So take advantage of that and let me know what you think. All right. If you want to know more about me, I have this little bulb. I'm a software engineer, web developer, author. I guess I'm also an influencer because I'm doing these live streams every single day as well. And then you can check out my book page on Amazon. You can, if you need support, or jamboservices.com. As I said yesterday, I'm going to be going more into consultations, so you can contact me there. And if you're ready to learn, I have the jamboshop.com courses, and the link is right there as well. And ways to contact me: you can fill out the contact form. Obviously, keep the content related to the article if you're going to use the comment forms. The best way to contact me is use the contact forms. There will be ojambo.com/contact, ojamboservices.com/contact, and ojamboshop.com/contact. And if you want to follow me, my channels, Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube, they're there as well. Okay, now I'm going to put on the outro and finish this up. Yeah, so that's it. And also, if you want to see what is going on, what's upcoming, you can simply go to jambo.com. We go to the watch menu, lifestyle menu. You can see, for example, what we've just finished up today and what's upcoming. For example, tomorrow we're doing this AI, it's a control net. And then after that, there's the self-hosting image, and then the Guinea. The Guinea is actually very important. I'll show you that one, how to enable AI in an editor, which way you wouldn't think is possible. So as you can see, and then way into the sometime next week, we'll do self-hosting using Passbolt. Okay, so there's going to be some filler stuff in here, obviously some Blender, and I think, what else is in here? This is a big jump in here. Yeah, there's going to be some Blender stuff, probably more, yeah, probably another review of an application. So if you guys want anything, let me know. I'm actually thinking of spending the last maybe 10 days of the year just doing an overview of like kind of like a top 10. What was like the top 10 PHP thing I did? What was the top 10 HTML5 thing I did? The top 10 Blender, what do you call it? Blender API thing. Yeah, things like that. So, and the top 10 application, those type of things. I think I want to do that. So if you guys want to, let me know what you think, or if you guys want me just to continue doing what I'm doing, yeah, let me know as well. I'm open to all that. Obviously, I'll be taking some time off because I'll probably go to Toronto to visit family, friends, and some customers. So what I'm saying is I don't mind doing that. Okay, so let me check the live chats right now before we close this up. So I'm checking Odyssey, there's nothing today. Rumble, there's nothing today, and BitChute, there's nothing today. And YouTube, there's only one from Samuel Asare Ado 1090 who said, will this be saved on your channel? And as I said, yes. Basically, once I finish the live stream, it will be processed and it will be there, so you can come back and watch it anytime. And obviously, and the article as well, you can click, go to jambo.com on the article, it will be there as well. So multiple ways you can view it. With that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.